Hello and welcome back to FM Scout. My name is Rhys, and coming up in today's show, I've got a list of 5 tips for you that I wish I knew sooner in Football Manager. Now, I've been playing Football Manager for a long time, but there are always things which come up which I've never seen before, or it just hits me on the head and I'm like, wow, I wish I knew how to do that, right? It would have made my life so much easier, made my gaming experience so much faster. I could have kept hold of this player which I lost on the free transfer, for example. So do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe if you are new. Feel free to pop over to my channel. That is linked in the video description. It's called FM Wonderkids. I'd be honoured if you joined us over there. We're just heading up to our 3,000 subscriber mark. Let me show you though tip number 1 straight away. So this tip is going to be really helpful to you if you've ever find yourself losing a key player on a free transfer which you really didn't want to lose, right? And it's really weakened your team. So this tip is to use the optional contract extension clause when offering a player a new contract. So here we've got one random save. I think this is Kepa Arrizabalaga, the goalkeeper at Chelsea, right? I'm going to offer him a new contract. I'm just going to negotiate these down a little bit first because he's asking for a hell of a lot of money here and a lot of loyalty bonus. And then I'm going to add the clause in. So we'll go down to optional contract extension by club and pop that up to 3 years. I'm then going to suggest the terms, right? And generally, the school of thought is what happens is the player will come back and just ask for a little bit more money than what they originally asked for. So I'll suggest the terms. And yeah, he's gone up to 180, right? And he's knocked the clause off. So do make sure you pop it back on, renegotiate in, and then go from there. Okay, so again, you can see he's just tried to renegotiate by taking it off. So again, we'll pop it back on, pop it up to 3 years, and maybe give him like an extra 10 grand than what he asked for originally. Suggest the terms, and bang, there we go. We've got him for that extra 3 years, right? So you can trigger that clause at any point before 2026. If he becomes unhappy or whatever, doesn't matter, just trigger the clause. In theory, you can keep him forever and ever. So hopefully that one helps you out. The key to that is getting the negotiation right. They're not always gonna want to accept it, and older players, you'll only be able to offer them like a 1-year extension, for example. But if you're careful with your negotiations, that's a really cool tip, which I wish I knew earlier, to be honest with you. Tip number 2, keyboard shortcuts. Now we all know about the space bar. Surely if you hit the space bar, that will be the same as clicking continue in the top right hand corner of your game there. I've just hit my space bar and there we go, that's what happens. But did you know, because I didn't, right, until today, and maybe it's just me being an idiot, please don't write that in the comments. If you hit F2 on your keypad, it will take you directly to your home screen. F3 will take you to your first team squad. F5 will take you to your inbox. But my personal favourite, F6 will take you to your shortlists. You can see here I got an approach to sign Wonderkids shortlist up that we did on a video before. I'll link that above. Check that out. You can find a full list of the shortcuts over on preferences, and if you are on Mac, it is slightly different, but the F6 still does work for your shortlists. And listen, you can customize it as well, right? As with most things in Football Manager, here you can hit add new and change the spacebar, for example, to the letter H. Why not? Tip number 3 is hopefully going to help all of you guys managing in England, be it the top leagues or the lower leagues, any kind of leagues. And when you're searching for players, getting rid of the ones who aren't going to get a work permit or are unlikely to get a work permit, right? And it sounds simple, but it's something I discovered quite recently and I wish I knew it sooner. So it involves obviously adding a filter, right? We'll click new search here on the player search screen, and then we're just going to have to add 2 really simple filters or conditions right at the bottom of here. So head to add condition, then go to transfer, and then go all the way down to work permit chance. Click this one, and then we're also going to have to add the one below it. So that is work permit required. Once we've done that, we can see we've got them both here on the search filter. We just need to change a couple of words here from work permit chance is likely, and then change the word and to or, so that the work permit required is, and then we change yes to no. So afterwards it reads work permit chance is likely or work permit required is no, right? Makes sense. So that will filter out all the players that are unlikely to get a work permit and all the players that don't require a work permit. Super useful when you're like loaded loads of leagues onto your save and you're hunting around trying to find a player for a specific position, and you've got loads of like South Americans and all sorts of players from all sorts of places, and you're managing in England. This quick tip should be able to help narrow down the field a little bit for you guys when you're looking for those players. Tip number 4, did you know you can change your default homepage? As we all know, our default homepage is home, right? It details things like your next match, your finances, your scouting center, and of course these are customizable. But if you head to the world icon here in the top right of your screen, click on that and then go to bookmarks, right? I just didn't know this. So again, it's something I wish I knew sooner. This toggle here, set this page as the home page, will set any page that you are currently viewing as your home page. A revelation in Football Manager, right? So if you're like a scouting genius, you could click on the scouting page and have that as your home page. If you love your tactics and you just want to be straight into your tactics all the time, that could be your home page. Just a really quick tip that I wish I knew about before. Tip number 5 is going to help you stay super organized, right? I did not know about this until I think this week when I read it in an article somewhere, and that is you can set yourself reminders on Football Manager just like you would on your phone. To do this, head to your default home screen, then go to Notebook. Once you are at Notebook, you can create a brand new note saying anything you want. This one we'll call New Note 2, and we will say to remind me to check and delegate training. Easy peasy. Here in the bottom right hand corner, in fact that's just behind my head, so I'm gonna have to do a quick switcheroo. That was weird. Here in the bottom right hand corner you can see the reminder date, so I'll put that on the 8th of July for example, because we are now on the 7th of July. I'll click set and I will set that to remind us every single month, so you can stay super organized and remind yourself to do all sorts of tasks in Football Manager, the things you might forget, like your training or your staff contracts, scouting, check players' happiness, which is an important one. All of those can be popped into reminders weekly, monthly, daily, you name it, you got it. And you can see here as we fast forward to the 8th of July 2021, in my inbox the note has come up. New Note 2, remind me to check and delegate training. Hallelujah. Guys, that has been it for the video today. That has been the 5 things I wish I knew sooner. Thank you so much for watching. If it has helped you, please hit the like button. If you have enjoyed it, please subscribe, and also subscribe to my channel. I'll pop the link to that up there. We're heading to our 3,000 subscribers now, so any help over there is appreciated muchly. Thank you for watching. See you again.